What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan A. Polk, and welcome to the wrap up. And today I got a special review that I'm doing today. It is on another mini series. Well, wait a minute. I only ever done one on a mini series before, but if I didn't, this is my first time doing one on a mini series. But yes, I'm doing a review on True Story, and it stars Kevin Hart, Wesley Snipes, Billy Zane, and Lauren London. And this movie was just so good that I just had to do a review on it. Yes, I do movie reviews, but if you've seen reviews from me before, I'll do some special reviews like on documentaries. And like one time I did a review on a video game. I did a review on Kingdom Hearts 3. But yeah, so it stars them, and it made its debut on Netflix recently. And this movie is about Kevin Hart, who's like this famous comedian, and Wesley Snipes plays his brother. And his brother gets him he basically him and his brother basically get caught up in this very serious and dangerous situation that is hard to get out of. And and then like it's just a whole bunch of drama, like, and just so it's just like so intense. And is a six-part miniseries. And yes, this miniseries was just one of the best I've ever seen, because even though Kevin Hart, he plays a comedian in it, he this is another serious role for him. And you got Wesley Snipes, who has been in quite a few things recently. And I really did like him in this. I think this is one of the best things that he has ever done, to be honest. And then you also got, you got like Billy Zane, who's in this as well. And who's a legend in the industry. We technically got two legends in the industry in this. You got Wesley Snipes and Billy Zane, and then along with the talents of Kevin Hart and Lauren London. And not gonna spoil anything, because that's not what I do here on the wrap up. But I will say this: because this is a mini series, Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes, they did such an amazing job that they deserve an Emmy for this. Like, seriously, no doubt. Like, Kevin Hart should get an Emmy for Best Actor. Wesley Snipes should get one for, like, the Best Supporting Actor. And True Story, even though it is called True Story, did my research, come to find out it is not based on True Story, because there were some people speculating that if it was based on Kevin Hart's, if it was loosely based on like Kevin Hart's life, which which I highly doubt that. Once I started watching it, I'm like, there's no way this couldn't have been. And then after doing some research, then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, yep, it's not based on that. And I figured that it wasn't. But no, if you do like actors such as Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes and Billy Zane, then I think you will like this, because, and I just I just cannot stop thinking about the performance of these two, of Wesley Snipes and Kevin Hart, especially with Kevin Hart, because it's so because is you got, when comedians want to take on a serious role, and when they do a good job, that goes to show you that they can be more than just funny. And we've seen Kevin Hart in serious roles before, like in Fatherhood and The Upside. But I think this was his best serious role, honestly, out of the three. And like, the acting is good, the storyline in it is just so good. It's one of those storylines where we're like, okay, you just cannot wait to get to the next episode. Like, it's a good thing this thing is on Netflix, and it did air on TV, because you would definitely be impatient to wonder what's going to happen next. And yes, with Netflix, of course, you could just always like skip and find out what happened, but that's no fun. You want to sit and watch the whole thing, because you're going to get the next episode right then and there. So, yes, True Story. And another thing that I like about True Story, I think True Story is, even though it is a mini series, this is one of the best things of 2021. And judging by how the way this thing ended, could a sequel be made? Probably not. And I mean, not saying that like that not, and I'm only saying that just because how the way it ended. Because if they was to do a sequel, I mean, what could they really do with it? You know, and but I will say this, true story. If this was something that even if this was like made into a movie, this was made into a movie, I still would have enjoyed it. But it's a miniseries, and it was still good. And true story also, it's one of those things where we're like, okay, like wow, okay, I wasn't really expecting that. And even though it will have you grasping for more, it is some stuff that you won't expect. And it does have a few surprises in it as well. And there is quite a few twists in it too. There's also a big twist in it, but I don't spoil nothing on the wrap up because this is not a spoiler. This is not a spoiler free. I mean, a spoiler alert review going on right here. And that's really much it I can really say for it. I mean, it's just, I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, if you like stuff on Netflix, it's definitely one of the best things that Netflix has put out. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it ASAP. Because you will be impressed, and you will, and I guarantee you that like you will be amazed by the performances of Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes, especially with Kevin Hart. So, for True Stories grade, I give it a solid A. And well, actually, you know what? No, actually, I give it an A plus. I give it an A plus because yes, it is really good. And out of 5 stars, I give True Story 5 out of 5 stars. Yes, it definitely one of the best things I've ever seen. Just so good. And until then, this is Ryan A. Polk with the wrap up. And if you like this video, hit like. Feel free to comment below what you thought about the review, or if you have seen the series, feel free to comment below what you thought about the series. And if you want to see more reviews from me, you hit that subscribe button to see some more reviews from me.